Okay, it is now time for our next presentation from Nureva. We have Adriana Gill as well as Roger O'Connor presenting. Adriana is the area manager of the West and Roger is the manager of the Eastern region and Canada. I want to thank you so much for being here, Nureva. We're so looking forward to your presentation here at the Future of Video Conferencing, our 4th annual virtual trade show. As a reminder, we do have a Q&A section, so please do go ahead and fill those with questions. We'll be monitoring them closely, and our presenters will be answering them during and after the presentation. So to go ahead and take it away, Adriana and Roger. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, let me see. Can you see my presentation open?
We can.
Okay, because my screen is not showing it. Sorry. Okay, so let's go for it. So first of all, I have Roger in Ottawa, and we're going to do a small demo at the end. But let's go and see a little bit of the presentation first. So let's go ahead. And I don't know why this is not really showing for me. So let me know if it changed to the second slide.
No, we actually just see your splash screen Nureva's slide, and we see you and Roger.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. So today's session, the new normal, the hybrid era, we have been talking about it. Nureva is part of the puzzle, and then we do the remote demo at the end. And you guys are going to excuse me. I'm in Calgary. It started to snow and it's dry, so my throat is feeling it. But we all know what's the new normal. So we went to everybody being all in-room meetings, moved to audio conference meetings where most people were remote at that time. And then we're moving into something slightly different when it's like flexible spaces, when it's higher ed and corporate training. So not just hybrid, but what kind of hybrid? That's what that means. Now, Nureva is part of the puzzle, but who is Nureva? So I'm going to take one step back for those who actually don't know us. We were founded in 2014 by Nancy Knowlton and David Martin, who actually previously created smart technologies. Most people know who they are, and they know why smart boards sometimes are being called smart boards instead of smart or interactive boards. We are headquartered in Calgary, Canada, and we do have offices in Ottawa. And we have in-house product design and development. So we actually have over 40 patents. And our technology is unique to us. We have products distributed across North America, Europe, and Australia. And basically what we do is great audio simplified. What does it mean? So that technology, what it is, we call it Microsoft Mist technology. In resume, what that really means, or in summary, what that really means is just over 8,000 virtual microphones across the room that provide full coverage for the audio. And then we have the actual hardware. We have 2 generations, so we are in Gen 2. And we also have the Nureva console, which is a cloud-based device management platform that allows for remote management, for monitoring, for looking into insights, and for an easy use to APIs, which we're going to jump into a little bit later. What does that really mean? So this Microsoft Mist, as I said, is really what that means is like the full room coverage. So being the innovators that Nancy and Dave are, they didn't want to stay with the typical technology for audio. They actually developed this one technology, so it's unique to us. And what that really means for what the Nureva audio in a nutshell is first of all, the performance. So these virtual microphones are going to do a couple of unique things. They're going to do continuous auto calibration. So the Nureva systems automatically and continuously adapt to changes in a room acoustics profile, and is going to just work with whatever is presented. It has intelligent sound targeting, so identifies and ignores persistent unwanted sound. So if there are displaced fans, if you have the heat, whatever it is in the room, it's going to understand this is noise that I don't want to include, just the voices of the people. It does have simultaneous processing, so delivers natural sounding conversations even when multiple people are speaking at once. The installation is the audio bar that is going to present an easy installation. It's kind of you plug and play elevated. So we are still Pro AV because of the quality that we provide, and management. So as I said, we have the console, and with that console that can be managed from anywhere, is going to make IT's life much easier. So what we understand for the future of video conferencing is having the best of breed in AV tools. And this is not new. I'm not the first one saying this, especially in this event. It is really about what are the different integrations. It has to include easy installation, easy to use, and it has to engage remote participants in a way that actually provides an all-in-room feeling experience. And that is also for a variety of spaces. So yes, there are still extra large rooms where you still have those long tables, where you have executives probably seated way at the back, and then some people may be presented up front. One of the beauties about Nureva is that you can actually install it wherever you want, and you're gonna have the pickup of the sound either way. So it doesn't have to be up front, it doesn't have to be on one side. It goes whatever makes more sense for the room. We also play well with divisible rooms. So those rooms that, for example, in the picture, they start as a one big room, but then they ended up moving to two different rooms and they need to be utilized by two different groups. Large classrooms that a lot of the times, as Gary was saying, is not the classrooms that are going to stay put. They are usually in wheels because they're meant to be move around. They look this way one day, but next day they're gonna be in smaller groups, collaboration teams, whatever it is. So they have that flexibility. We have tiered classrooms and lecture halls. So these ones can be a little bit tricky in most spaces because of the difference of the different tiers going up. And then you have your standard classrooms when a lot of times it's just a few different tables and people around the tables, different tables around the room. With Nureva, one of the things that is going to happen, as I said, is you take one of these rooms, but it's going to look like this today, but next day it's going to be looking different. Or even one of those really big rooms that are used for conference room, where you have 20 people one day, next day you have 2 people. You don't have to be calibrating the system. It's going to auto-calibrate, it's going to learn about the room, and it's going to work the same way. Now, at Nureva, we understand we are part of the question. Because we are part of the question, we really work on big certifications. So we are certified with Microsoft Teams, with Zoom, with Barco, Lenovo, Logitech, Creston, Extern. But even beyond these certifications, we do a lot of internal testing to ensure that we actually do integrations really well with all the players that are out there, the bigger players, the medium players. The idea for Nureva is that because we understand we're only one part of the components, we are going to make sure that we play well with whatever you want to put in the room. And this is actually one of those examples. This is a diagram for the components of a speaker switching system. In this particular one, it is for a Teams room. And the positional data mic communicates back to the cameras, and then it switches between whoever the speaker is. And this way, it's going to follow the communication flow. So it's going to work well independently, or where you have the presenters, or you have just people collaborating from the back, where you have a display, where you even have the audio. Is going to be a natural feeling. So remote participants really feel included in the conversation, like they are actually sitting right there. And that's what it is about. It's about the experience at the end of the day, feeling like they are part of the question and no, like it was that part in the back is like, the stepchild that nobody cares about and is not going to be able to participate like if he was present. Let me stop sharing. There we go. And we can either go with some questions now or we can go to the demo. Nicole, you let me know how you want to take it.
Let's go ahead and start the demo.
Okay, so Roger, so you.
So thank you. And can you, not to be rude to Adriana, but can you kick her out of the screen? Because I want to make sure people see the full width of my room here. Teams likes to squish the room down. So I want you to see what we're doing here. Adriana talked about microphone mist, and in a room like this, what does that mean? Well, when we turn the system on, it distributes microphone pickup every corner, wall to wall in this room. There's no deciding, I need a bunch of lobes here and programming where they're going to be, another tile over here, and doing all that pre-work. We just know that with one bar, a Nureva audio system can create pickup in a space up to 30 by 30, or with the 2 bars like I have in this room, we can go right up to 55 by 35. So you can see I've got a black audio bar over here, a white audio bar over the whiteboard. We usually sell them in matching pairs, but as this is a demo room, I've got one of each. This demo room, if you go to nureva.com from the 410 page, scroll down, you can actually book time in this room with people on our team, and we'll give a dedicated 15-minute demo to let you experience the whole solution. Or from the top right of our page, book a demo, you'll get a demo experience with our HDL 310 product. So that's the single room offer. So microphone mist creates pickup everywhere. Really for you selling or for users in the room, it means we don't have to care about the technology. So I can go for a walk in this room, and before I was 30 feet away from both bars facing away from them. In this case, I can be working on a whiteboard directly underneath the bar, and I'm still crystal clear in this room. I have flexibility to go places like behind a pillar where you can't see me, or half blocked from one of the bars. Still doesn't matter. I can even come over here to a coffee machine, talk right to the corner of the room, or pick up a book, read something, stare out a window. These are things that people do in conference rooms. And traditionally, if you don't have a whole bunch of equipment all over the place and a ton of complexity, you focus on areas. If somebody leaves that area, you end up losing the audio experience. So Nureva, our paradigm here is that people can be where they're supposed to be, but also have the flexibility to get up and do whatever they need to in the room. Again, whether that's pouring a cup of coffee, talking out a window, whatever. And then on the remote side, it just means that we've got crystal clear audio pickup for remote participants without anybody having to do anything. In this room, if you book a demo, what we're enabling, and we were hoping to show it today, but our IT team is in the middle of setting up our newest camera integration. We have APIs. So we have 3 sets of APIs, one for control, so that you can control through Extron, Crestron, or programmatically with your own solution. We also have management APIs, so you can do remote management or just take advantage of our Nureva console that Adriana talked about. And then we have location data APIs. And we've been working with different camera vendors to integrate with their solution. So in this room, right now I'm just using a static camera view with Aver. But we can do camera switching demos in this room with Aver, with their PTZ Link software solution, with Lumens, with their Cam Connect Pro solution, and with our recently announced Inogeny camera switcher. And with Nureva Audio, we focus on everything being simple. And it's as simple as systems already on, because the 2 bars have already created a grid of this room. We can just go into console and literally draw squares in the room and assign either cameras or camera presets to those zones. And then when that's complete, we can walk around and the cameras do their thing. So things are quite easy. And that's what we do. Just a quick bit on components. Adriana talked about the bars themselves. So that's what people see. Those are 2 screws on a wall and an Ethernet cable. So install is just Ethernet routing and 2 level screws. They go back to a head-end box. We call it Connect module. That's where 1 or 2 bars connect. So it's the same hardware, same solution, whether it's an HDL 310 single bar solution or an HDL 410 2-bar solution. This is where power is. This is the USB plug and play to any type of compute device that takes USB microphones and speakers. So again, there's no work to be done, no pre-engineering, post-engineering. The systems do have analog ports, so we have an analog in and out for extra use cases. We can do an extra headset microphone for in-room voice amplification. We can do use the line out for things like hearing aid mode to merge the far end and near end signals. into a feed to a hearing aid transmitter or lesson capture or other devices. And finally, this has a network port. So it's optional, but you can put this device directly on the network and do all that local and remote management direct into the system without the need for going through the PC with software, included with all of our systems. So, one system that's not as compelling is, we've got quite a few customers now going over 100 units, and their teams really like that they can drill in and just connect directly to the box itself, particularly BYOD solutions. And even though it's plug and play audio, we do firmware releases about 3 or 4 times per year, adding features, adding performance. And those are free through console. So you buy the system and it increments over time and becomes a better performing audio solution. Our warranty right out of the gates is 2 years, and we can extend it right up to 5. So for 5 years, you'll get incremental performance improvement from that original purchase, which is, again, a pretty awesome thing for plug and play hardware that does what our systems do. So that's the demo. And again, you can book this demo right at nureva.com, and we'd be happy to take everybody on this call for a personal tour. I'll pass it back to you, Adriana.
Thank you, Roger. We have Ryan also on the call, and Ryan wanted to explain a little bit more the last diagram. So let me pass it on to him.
Happy to, Adriana. Are you able to pull that diagram back up? Right, so here's a standard diagram if you were doing a Teams room or a Zoom room in this scenario, leveraging Aver's new MT300 box, where we're leveraging their NDI cameras, where we can place about 4 to 6 cameras in a room, and it's all NDI, so we don't need to use USB extenders, all caps, standard Ethernet, power over Ethernet, so we're not having to do power as well. But we're connecting to our Control 2 module, which is communicating back to the MT300, giving location data in the classroom. So this is very simple to set up, as if we need to do the front focus on the instructor, as well as when a student speaks, can easily switch back and forth there, and that side of things. There any questions on the side of from Nureva you guys have?
Yes, we do have some questions here. Ryan, thank you so much. And thank you so much also, Adriana. So I have a couple here. So can you connect multiple Nureva dual HDL 300s or 410s in one room?
Currently, you can only have one 410 system in a room. There are ways to set up 2 310s and kind of make a divisible room setup. And that's very similar, and we're happy to help anyone work with it. It is at a lower price point for a divisible setup than a traditional DSP system, but it works very well for when we have 2 rooms that are 30 by 30 feet, 30 feet by 30 square feet or less.
Thank you. Can you connect these devices to existing speakers in a room?
Yes, you can. It works quite well that way, where we use them just as a straight microphone. We take the analog out of our Connect module into an amplifier to power speakers in a room. And that provides all echo cancellation as well, and no feedback in that scenario.
And can you use the HDL for in-room voice lift?
Yes, you can. You tie that together with usually about a wireless headset that plugs into our low connect module, and that allows you to voice lift up into the room and amplify the voice. It can be done in 2 modes, where you can still leave the audience on to talk if they want to add things, or just leave that at the straight presenter mode.
Okay, terrific. Do you have any video enabled devices as of yet?
So we currently have a CV30, a small camera that's ideal for classrooms. That's small classrooms. That's a fixed camera, and that is our main little camera. But for more into the ecosystem partners with Aver and Lumens today, where we can full integration do speaker switch, a camera speaker switching based on who's talking. But with the InnoGenie 230 device that we integrate with, you can use any USB camera to enable camera switching.
Do you have any products with video that are kind of entering your roadmap in the future? Are there any others that are coming?
At this time, we can't say.
Well, that sounds exciting. Do you see most of your technology being used in corporate or education spaces? And where do you anticipate more of your business being directed in the future?
Great question. There is a large presence within education, whether it's community colleges are a huge area, as well as higher education is a big area. We've done numerous K-12 installs. I came from an integrator and deployed these in a lot of corporate enterprises. And when I needed to depend on an audio solution in some crazy room scenarios, this device fit the bill, ironically, whereas just captured the entire room very well for people. And I've rarely received callbacks or troubleshooting issues from clients.
Can you add multiple wireless mics to the room audio system?
Technically, you can add two wireless mics in the system with a little, and it's in our support guide of how you bring that together. It works well on that scenario.
Can you tell us a little bit about availability and how the supply chain issues have or have not impacted availability?
It's in stock, and really Nureva's hasn't had any of the major supply chain issues as we've ran across in other AV products.
Can the LED colors be changed or customized?
I'm trying to remember that one pop quiz. Roger, do you know that off the top of your head? I think you can turn them off. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, so
there you go.
The colors mean things. So, white is ready, blue's in a call, red's muted, and there's actually a purple for mute when we're using voice amplification for audience mute. So we can't change the colors, but you can go from bright till dim to off. So we can change the brightness levels, but not the colors themselves.
Thanks for that, Roger. I've had the pleasure of being a part of your demos, and they are pretty impressive. I know that you mentioned being able to simply go to your website and book them, but can you tell us a little bit more about that booking process and what it's like to book a demo with Nureva?
Adriana, you want to take that one?
Adriana, you're muted.
So I'll take it over, and I don't know where she went right now, but it's very simple, right? Go to nureva.com, and you look at the products, book a demo. In addition, we can also give LightWerks their customized demo link as well, where you pick your time, jump in for a 15 to 20 minute meeting. Many times other resellers bring in their clients as well to give the demo. And that's the most powerful part of the demo, is actually hearing it, seeing it, how it performs in a room. When you do our other room that's in our single bar system, it's pretty much 80% glass and very powerful, where they will even talk into corners, under tables, and the microphones are still picking everyone up in the room very clearly.
Okay, terrific. Thank you so much. And we do have a pretty phenomenal giveaway from Nureva, and maybe you can speak to that as I go ahead. Oh, hi, Adriana. Welcome back.
Yeah, kick me up right as I was going to speak. I'm sorry.
Gloria, Ryan went ahead and took over the question, and we got it, but welcome back. So we do have a pretty awesome giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Maybe, Ryan, you can tell us a little bit about this CV30 EPTZ classroom camera.
Right, so this has been our simple classroom camera that we usually mount on the side of the room, or it can be used in a huddle room as well, where it's about 120 degree field of view, USB 3.0, 1080p. Also works as a great desktop camera as well to help capture what you need to as well.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, I have here that it's got 8 times zooms and wide dynamic range. 84-degree wild field of view. What a great giveaway. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to have you please pick a number between 1 and 150, if you don't mind.
We'll go with 12.
See, 12. We have not used the number 12. So number 12 is Will DeWitt. Will DeWitt, congratulations. You are the winner of this Nureva CV30 camera. And thank you so much to Nureva. This was absolutely wonderful. Thank you to Ryan. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to Adriana. And I do recommend anyone who's interested in experiencing the capabilities of Nureva's audio to book one of those demos. They're super interactive, informative, and it's a really great way to get an idea of just how advanced the technology is in these audio bars and these systems. And again, congratulations to our winner, and thank you so much for your generosity. So our next